So let me ask you this, you're tired of messing around. You want to jump into some great mid-range designer fragrances, some fragrances that have some great quality and that above all are just going to make you smell a lot better than everyone else around you. I get it, trust me, you want to step your game up and you want to take it to the next level. Now, what do I mean by mid-range designer fragrances? Really, I'm going to be talking about fragrances between the $45 and $75 range. So you're kind of right there in the middle in terms of pricing. It's, you know, not too awfully expensive yet, but it's definitely getting there. And on the flip side of things, it's also not the cheapest fragrances either, but it is getting down to the lower range where there are more affordable scents. And for me personally, I think this is the sweet spot for designer fragrances. Anything within this price range for the most part is going to be super solid, and a lot of the fragrances that I wear on a day-to-day basis and that I enjoy the most are in this price range. So that just goes to show you that you don't have to be spending over $100 to get great fragrances. And while there are a lot of great fragrances over $100 I personally love and wear, I would say for the most part this mid-range designer pricing area here is pretty much the sweet spot for great, versatile, mass-pleasing fragrances. And of course, like I say in every video, one of my favorite things about making videos like this is hearing your feedback. So let me know down in the comments, what are some fragrances that you would put in this price range? This kind of helps me to gauge what fragrances you guys are wearing and what you want to see more of. And also, I do appreciate you hitting the subscribe button down below, also turning on post notifications and giving this video a like. And now, let's get into it. Starting off with the first fragrance on this list, we have Aqua Atlantic. So I'm starting it off with probably one of my favorite summer fragrances and one of the most versatile compliment getting fragrances in my collection in terms of designer fragrances in this price point. And this one honestly is going to be at the low end of this price range. This one runs you about $45, $50 for 100 ml, which is really at the starting point of this price bracket. That is a killer price for what you get. This one does have some similarities to fragrances like Dior Sauvage and Prada Carbon and all those other ones. But what I like about this one is it has a bit more of a unique twist due to the Bulgari Aqua Aquatic DNA, which this line is known for. And what's so nice is they incorporate that blue fragrance ambroxan DNA into this fragrance, giving it even more mass appeal than it already had. So really, what you're left with here is a unique, high-performing compliment beast. I mean, not only does this fragrance perform good, like it performs better than a lot of other fragrances that aren't aquatics, because typically aquatics don't perform that good, but this one I get easily over 10-11 hours. But with this one I easily get over 10 to 11 hours each time. It's a beast. But with this one here, I get at least 10-11 hours or more each time I wear it. This thing's a freaking beast. Up next here we have Men Prive. This is going to be running you about $50 for 100 ml, which again is at the lower end of this price bracket. Honestly, for the price that you pay for this one, you're getting a crazy good scent. It's unique, it's high quality. The only downside to this fragrance is going to be the performance. It's not the best performing fragrance out there. However, it definitely makes up for it in how unique it is and really just how the quality is of this one. Again, along with all that, it's a compliment getting fragrance. It's a mass pleasing fragrance. A lot of people around you are really going to like this fragrance, and the best part is most people haven't smelled this before, so you're going to be smelling unique and you're going to be smelling like you spent a lot of money on a fragrance when in reality you only spent about 50 bucks. Up next here we have Light Blue Eau Intense. Another great fresh fragrance for the summertime. This one honestly can dominate in the summertime. Oh, it smells really, really nice. It's a nice aquatic, salty, marine, citrusy fragrance. It does have a little bit of that ambergris, ambroxan type of smell in here, giving it that mass appeal. But it's got its own unique twist, and of course it has that light blue DNA, which is very popular and is known to work. I mean, really overall, you can't beat Light Blue Eau Intense. It's a great scent. It's a good dumb reach fragrance. And this one I believe is going to be running you around that $50 mark as well, which isn't bad at all. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck here with this fragrance, and honestly, it's a great one. Up next here we have Prada Alone. Another great scent. This one's going to be perfect for school, perfect for work, perfect for just about any situation you can throw at it. It's a really nice, versatile fragrance, again, with a lot of mass appeal. And the great thing about this fragrance, like honestly with a lot of the other ones in this list, is that most people haven't smelled these before because they're not too overly generic. I mean, some of them are kind of, I guess, riding the line, at least in terms of what fragrance enthusiasts would think of in terms of generic, but the general public, for the most part, hasn't really smelled the majority of these fragrances before. So that gets you a lot of points because you're wearing something that most people haven't smelled, and you also aren't having to pay a whole lot of money to get that result. And this one's going to be running you around $55, $60, I believe is where this one is currently sitting at. Again, the prices are always going to fluctuate. I will have this one along with everything else I've talked about linked down below in the description to the best prices you can get. Again, they're always going to fluctuate a little bit, but they're going to stay pretty consistent for the most part. But Prada Alone is a great scent, and it is worth picking up, 100% worth that price. And it's just a nice, luxurious fragrance that really you can wear for about anything. You can definitely get your money's worth out of this one. Next here we have Givenchy Gentleman EDP. Another great fragrance I've been enjoying a lot lately, and honestly, this might be one of my favorite pickups. It really might be. It might be one of my favorite purchases, at least within the past few months here. That's how much I like this fragrance. And this one is going to be running you around $45, $50, I believe is where this one's sitting at. So this one's very, very competitively priced, and it does kind of fit in with Dior Intense, Valentino Uomo Intense, and so on, but it's even more wearable than those. This one has the main note of vanilla, which kind of gives it more of a mass appeal, and really mixing with the iris just makes it a lot easier to pull off and wear in more situations. So if you kind of want to jump into an iris fragrance without going all in, and you kind of want to ease into it a little bit and test the waters, I would 100% say this is a great place to start. What a fantastic fragrance this is, and on top of that, the longevity of this one is killer. 11-12 hours on my skin. Projection is pretty moderate. It's not a beast projector. It's not going to fill up a room, but it does push off, out of my personal bubble just enough to get me noticed. So really overall, very, very impressive performance on this one. Great quality as well, and it's going to be a compliment magnet. Up next here, we have Terre D Hermes Eau de Toilette. Now, I will be honest about this one. May not be everyone's cup of tea, may not be everyone's choice. Not everyone is going to like this fragrance. The main reason why is because it does have a very dry woodiness to it, and it does have quite a spicy touch. But for the people who enjoy this fragrance are really going to like it. And I do think it is a great scent, especially in this price point. Now, this one's going to be kind of pushing it up a little bit more than the other fragrances at about $60 for a 100 ml bottle like this one. So this one does raise the price up a little bit. However, it is worth it in my personal opinion. It's great quality. It's got great performance. It's really a great office scent for any mature guy out there who just wants to wear something that smells high-end, that smells high quality, and really is unique and is going to set you apart. I highly recommend Terre D Hermes Eau de Toilette. It's a great, great fragrance, and is one that I do think is definitely worth picking up in this price range. It really has a lot to offer for what you're paying. Up next here, we have Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP. Yes, I had to include The One EDP in this video. Despite people being tired of hearing of it, it's just a great fragrance. It works every single time. This one's going to be running you $50 for a 100 ml bottle, which is crazy. And I do have two 100 ml bottles. They just aren't here with me at the moment. But it is a great scent. It is worth picking up. Despite people saying it is generic and overhyped and all this and that, that doesn't change the fact that it is a fantastic fragrance, especially for the $50 you're paying for it. That is a killer deal, and that's one where, again, it's going to pay for itself over and over again. You're going to get your money's worth out of it easily. Up next here, we have CK Eternity Eau de Parfum. This is the new 2019 release, and it is a great follow-up to the original Eau de Toilette. This basically is a more mature version of the EDT, and it also has better performance too. So it's really a win-win, a great release here by Calvin Klein, and I personally prefer this EDP version over the Eau de Toilette. Eternity is a classic scent, a classic DNA. This is a nice kind of reboot or refresh of that scent. Really well done fragrance. Calvin Klein Eternity EDP. Going to be running you around, I believe, 30 or 35 bucks is where it's sitting at now for 100 ml. So that's a killer price, and you're going to get a lot of use out of this one. Up next here, we've got Lana de L'Homme. Now, 100 ml bottle of this is going to be running you, when I checked today on FragranceNet, $75. So this is right there at that line, 75 bucks for a 100 ml bottle. It is going to be a little bit pricey, right? It's going to be the priciest one on this list. However, in my opinion, again, it is worth it. It's worth the price. No matter how many people say it's overhyped and it's worn by too many people and all this and all that, that doesn't change the scent itself. The fragrance itself is still amazing. People also talk about the reformulations. I have a newer bottle right here. I also have a launch year bottle from 2009. I've got a 2013 bottle. So I've got some of the vintage stuff. I've got the new stuff. And to be honest with you, it's all good. The difference in performance from the older batches that I have compared to the newer ones isn't that great. I mean, performance, this was never a performance beast. So, you know, kind of get that out of your head. It's never was a super strong performer. The only really difference is going to be the scent. The old ones do have a bit more depth, I will admit, but I also do kind of prefer the lightness and the fact that these newer bottles are a little bit more crisp smelling. So, I mean, really, you're getting a great fragrance either way. This scent is worth picking up. It's worth having in your collection. It's a great, great mass appealing scent that you just can't go wrong with. And finally, last up, we have Issey Miyake Noir Argent. This is a fantastic scent in my opinion. What an amazing creation here. Definitely underrated, definitely quite unique as well. I was not expecting to get something of this high quality and of this uniqueness from Issey Miyake, and it really surprised me. This one is warm, it's sweet, it's resinous. It's got something special about it, which I really like. So I'm very impressed with this fragrance, and it's one that I definitely think you should check out as well. I believe this one's actually going to be running you about $40, $40 to $45, so it may go under our price range just a little bit here, just depending on what the market is doing or whatever, but it's going to be around that price point. So very affordable as well, and for that price, you can't go wrong with this one. This one is definitely worth picking up if you are into fragrances like this. So guys, that's going to do it for me. That was 10 must-have mid-range designer fragrances. So we talked about fragrances within the $45 to $75 range. Next, I'm probably either going to do, like a lower price range. I don't know exactly what to call that, like entry-level price range, and then like the high-end designer price range. So make sure you let me know down below what you would put in this list, and also other types of videos you may want to see. And again, all of these will be linked down below. You can check them out and pick them up. So that's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.